Eagles get it back. They're going to run some clock or maybe throw the dagger.
And welcome back to the Squawking Eagles Podcast, joined by two Eagles co-stars, Miguel and Mark.
Yo,
birds. And joining us, Deuce from the KC Chiefs fan here. Our outside eyes. We like to have the outside eyes looking in and helping us.
Outside eyes. I think they're just guys with blinders on.
Well, we're gonna jump into those blinders eventually. Last week, on our podcast last week, we really didn't jump into talking a lot about the Giants because I feel like it was not a game that we had to worry about. The call was going to be answered it was a wake-up call. There was going to be a call was going to be answered. It's a divisional game. The Giants are the Giants. Eagles are going to win that game and right the ship. So we really didn't talk too much about that. Because, of course, I had a Giants fan coming out of the woodwork, come and call me and tell me what happened and why the Eagles show up and how come you didn't talk about it on the podcast. Well, I told him straight up, I didn't think it was a big game. I didn't think there was nothing to worry about.
Neither did the Eagles.
And apparently neither the Eagles. The Eagles did not show up. They did not play that fourth quarter. You can tell me they didn't show up to play that fourth quarter. Well, so, of course, Eagles lose to the Giants, and there's a ton of narratives that like to join the chat, right? AJ Brown wants to be traded. AJ Brown, Jalen are no longer friends.
Darius Smith is afraid of Candace Ganaboo.
Zadarius Smith retires. All of these things, and I want to jump into those parts too. But I want to hear Miguel and Mark and Deuce, if you watched the game, we can talk about what you would.
I watched that game. I'm ready.
All right. I know, Miguel, you're here. I know Mark's got quite a bit of a.
Go ahead, Miguel.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Miguel, you go, buddy.
All right. Well, I mean, I have no words for how I felt after that game. The way that we did not show up, the way that fucking Ringo was targeted the whole game. The offensive line not blocking. Jalen Hurts just not being on time with his receivers, not running the ball at all. Like a lot of this offense has lost its pop, whether that be due to injuries from the offensive line because Lane Johnson's been in and out of the lineup, Lane Dickerson's hurt. Whatever the case may be, we definitely don't look the same. Mailata even admitted that he didn't play good against the Giants. So, that's a thing. But as the week progressed, I realized, am I upset because we lost to the Giants or because I had expectations to be the Giants is why I'm more pissed off. So and thinking about it this week, I think I'm just mad that I expected to go in there and I called the 40 burger last week and that didn't happen. So I look at it this way. We're 4-2. And I think because we as a fan base have put the expectation of this team going back to the Super Bowl is what makes this Giants loss hurt even more than it should. Because if you put it in a perspective of, hey, we didn't win the Super Bowl last year, but we're 4-2. I mean, I think I'd be okay with it. But because we have the expectation of returning to the Super Bowl, it makes this loss look just as bad. Now, everybody's sitting here talking about, oh, let's fire Patullo. He sucks as a coach. And I understand every bit of it. My brother was saying how this guy was calling college plays like they were just doing vertical routes. There's no crossing plays. There's no pick plays. There's no screen plays to get people open. And it was just a lot of just vanilla offense. And, okay, I, in the beginning of the week, was on board with firing Patullo. But then you look at it and say, when's the last time Jalen has consistency at the offensive coordinator position? He's never had it, right? And if you fire him now, we're just reliving the 2023 season over again when we fired Ben Johnson. And that's not the way that we need to go. Now, granted, all that being said, I'm still not happy with the way that game went because they were just flat, no energy. There's just so much things that we need to reinforce, such as DB. We need lineman help. We need a pass rusher now because Zadarius Smith decided that he wanted to retire in the middle of a week. So it's just like, and then reflecting on what the Giants did, Scatterboo, he's gonna be a flash in the pan. He's gonna be good for now.
He's gonna have CTE by the time he's our age.
Exactly. He's leading with his helmet, which is something that everybody in the NFL wants to get on the Eagles about this tush push. They gave Saquon shit last year for running and leading with his helmet, but now
this year too, Miguel. He got fined this year.
Yeah. And now Scatterboo was doing it the whole game last game, and even that Jackson Dart was doing it. Yeah. So it's like, all right, so it's bad for us to do it, but it's okay for the Giants to do it. So yeah, as I said all week and listened to Giants fans at work because my job, is just full of Giants fans. I work up north. I've had to hear it and deal with it, and as pissed off as I am about it, I'm hoping that this week is a big turnaround because if we go out there against Minnesota this week and look this way, I don't think I can watch the rest of the season.
Oh, wow. Wow. I agree with a lot of what you're saying, Miguel, but I don't think I'm ready to give up on watching them for the season just yet.
Yeah. I say that because it's like the frustration is like, what is like, get it together, guys.
It's different frustration though. It's, we've been doing this podcast for 4 years now. And you and I started out and there was a lot of frustration when we first did this, when we had a lot of it towards Jalen Hurts, a lot of frustration because it was up and down, up and down. Do you feel that's creeping up into your soul? Is that coming back?
As much as I said I didn't want to criticize Jalen this much this year.
Yeah.
I mean, it falls. It's going to fall on him. He's a quarterback. He's the most important position in sports.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Him and the offensive coordinator to be on the same page. And if they're not on the same page, everything is going to fall apart.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, I don't think that it's too late in the season that, this season is trash. We're 4-2. We're still, in the upper echelons of the teams in the league. Like there's still time to improve and to get better. But the thing that's just driving me crazy is last week they were saying, Jalen, Saquon, and AJ had this meeting, and then they switch it up. Oh, what meeting?
Well, I strongly believe it's just a trolling. I think it's just a trolling of the media. It's just that's all AJ's doing. That's all he's doing. That's all he's doing. All right, Deuce. I want you to react to what Miguel said, and I know you watched the game. What do you got? Because I know Mark's got chomping at the bit over there.
First things first, I think he's 100% right with the expectations of the team, right? You like he said, you're expecting another Super Bowl run. So all these mistakes that teams that aren't upper echelons, you can't make these mistakes or these errors, lapse in judgments, stuff like that. And especially looking at the defense, I've heard on every single game you guys had, big fans of your defense, bend, don't break. Then the Giants game is not what that was, obviously. So especially, just things you're known for, defensive line, your corners, we're not giving up big plays, we're not just gonna chunk plays. That's just everything just didn't go that way. So
no, it didn't go that way. And a lot of it to do with the Eagles has a lot to do with the line, right? Offensive line, defensive line. There's a lot of guys out on that offensive line. They're not playing what they were supposed to. There's a lot of guys out on that defensive line. Yep. They're not playing like they're supposed to. And, we were exposed. Like what I've noticed, I was thinking about it. They're talking, what we're having problems with are guys who Howie thought he was able to replace with guys off the street. Dory Jackson off the street. He's not the fix. So we gotta rethink that. Okay, Marcus.
First of all, I just want to say there was this free agent cornerback this year. His name was Isaiah Rodgers. He looks like he's having a pretty good season so far. Just saying, like we could have grabbed that man.
I mean, we'll see him. We'll see him on Sunday.
Yeah.
All right. Well, they're also playing like a rookie quarterback, so look.
Yeah, listen, be careful now. You just said that
I was
last
looking at it a little bit. Jackson Dart had Cam Scatteroo. It's different. Dart himself didn't beat us. 195 yards and a touchdown. Like our defense, our pass defense was like it got hit by like bad moments, but overall, like they didn't give the game away. Where our rush defense got murdered. But I gotta give the props. Okay, as much as everything's been down, you gotta still remember to give the reward. You know, they're like, hey, I saw you, Dallas Goedert, homie. I saw you. That's a game right there. 9 catches, 110 yards, and a touchdown for your tight end. Look, I know we had some shit. I know we want to talk and a lot of things we got to talk about, but I got to give credit where credit's due. That man almost didn't have a job this year. He comes in. He's doing great. He's doing some work. All right. Secondly, I want to go back to the beginning with this. I do not agree with Miguel. I think the best thing you can do for this team is fire Patullo right now. Crayon Muncher Johnson got us nowhere. We sat with him for so long. Guess what? We fired him. Where'd he go? The Commanders. How are they doing right now? How is Jaden doing right now? They don't look as good as they normally do. They're not nearly as clean. He's got more weapons than ever. They don't look as clean because they got a Crayon Muncher down there, and he's not even their coordinator. He's just having problems. All right. You bring in Patullo. He's a window licker. Like, come on, man. That's not what we need, guys. We got it. By the way, for anyone who listens to this, I'm not trying to be offensive if you're thinking about it like that. I got a lot of family in the military. I think Marines, and a lot of jokes we would make because a lot of my family was Army, and I did have a couple cousins in the Marines. Like the talk between them is what powers this, and I just realized it might come across as offensive. It's not meant to be, except to those two people because they're dog shit. Except for because they're ruining our team. They're ruining our city. Like this team, we've discussed it 100 times. Anyone who's paying attention, look on paper, look at how the players actually play. We are stacked. We've got everyone you need to win. If you can't win with this team because you only run out of one formation, and it's noticeable that TV critics are bringing up going, look, they're running the ball. You know how I know? Because they're in this formation. And they run the ball, and they look at every single run play. The entire game is always out of the same formation. You're doing something wrong, bud. That's like a 7-year-old first time on Madden. They find one formation they like, and they run every play out of it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I used to do it. I know. And that's realized because I realized even to this day, if I decide to jump back on Madden, you can easily tell when you're going to beat someone when they run the same formation over and over. Because you go, it's predictable. They're stupid. Only an idiot plays a game like that. The only person who ever did it right was remember the Titans, because they messed 6 plays out of 1, but they made it work because it was high school. This is NFL. Again, you don't deserve your job. Get fired.
This is only his 6th game.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay. So no.
So the leash that he has done.
If you're coaching like it's Madden, you don't deserve 6 games. All right. I'm done with you. Okay. I get it's a tough league. I get you to learn things. If you're that predictable, that people I make fun of for being terrible commentators are getting things right about you, you're a problem. You gotta go. Okay. Right there with Crayon Muncher. Go ahead. You know what's going to be great? We can fire him. He can get picked up by Dallas, and then Dallas can tank because for some reason that's what happens with our coordinators. You know, when the good ones get hired out to be coaches, the terrible ones get hired out to be our division rivals, people who don't do anything for them either. So let's get rid of Patullo. The Cowboys desperately need him on defense because that's probably what he's going to be good at. And we can hire literally anyone else. You talk about people off the street, I guarantee you probably you could hire half of Philadelphia off the street would be better at calling the offensive plays than Kevin Patullo.
This is I can tell you a reason why they're not going to get rid of
I'd hire Deuce to coach our offense over Kevin Patullo.
Oh my goodness, you would actually see your receivers get the ball.
Like, are you kidding me? This is crazy, guys. You have the best slant receiver in the history of the game right now. Like, you literally just run a slant with A.J. Brown every other play. I don't care about what form he's in, whether you put him in the slot, you put him outside, just run a slant. Man's going to get it.
You're true. It's true.
Did you see the replay of the interception that he was throwing?
Wide open A.J. Brown in the back of the end zone? So I'm doing it wrong. Yeah. I'm a little annoyed at Hurts because there's a few plays that he's just busting.
Yeah. But it's okay. He's allowed to miss those plays.
Exactly. Of course, if Patullo doesn't suck.
He's allowed to miss those plays.
Why?
Why? You mean why? Because you're allowed to.
You're allowed to miss them plays.
Huh? What'd you say?
Misses them plays all the time.
Allowed to make them miss those plays.
Yeah, he is. All he's got to do is turn around and go, "Oh my god!" and then they do a flag to him. What does it matter?
There's going to be a debate between what's going on in the NFL between the Chiefs and Mark. But
you're saying Jalen Hurts isn't a game manager, and
he's not.
He's the guy, right?
He is yes, 100%.
Then he can't afford to make mistakes like that. You can't give him that leeway.
That was his first interception of the year.
So what?
He's allowed to throw one.
So what?
So what?
So what?
I mean, Patty Mahomes throw this year.
I don't know if you guys looked at there's a video that I sent to you guys. It's Cam Newton talking about the impact of the Bengals losing Joe Burrow and the Ravens losing Lamar Jackson.
That impact don't look that bad.
Huh?
For the Bengals, it doesn't look as bad. That win.
No, well, after tonight, I'm looking at the highlights of the game tonight right now. It looks like they won, so they were able to do something with Flacco.
Yeah,
Flacco's putting up numbers.
The reason he brought it up was saying that, hey, you can't replace those game changers. Those guys are game changers for those teams. You know what I mean? And I sent you another video this week where I believe it was what's this guy's name? I always forget it. I always hate him. Eskin.
Howard Eskin.
Howard Eskin calling for
Tanner McKee.
For Tanner McKee.
He said that the best quarterback in the team is Tanner McKee, and they should trade Jalen Hurts.
He's fucking clown.
You know why he's saying this is because the Eagles withdrew his sideline credentials, and now he's all pissed off at it.
Good.
That's why.
I will say though, run it back a moment where he was talking about Cam Newton. I don't care what Cam Newton says. That man don't even know what he's talking about half the time. That guy is not out of his mind anymore. I don't trust a word because he says
jump
that
on a fumble somewhere.
Yeah, look, he says it like, "Oh, you can't replace him." You do. That's what happens over the years. That's what I mean. Look at New England with Tom Brady. It doesn't happen right away all the time, but sometimes it does.
But I think his point was like you can't just stick any quarterback in there and expect that team to still be the high-powered offense that they're being without those guys.
I mean, San Fran does.
Who? San Fran
does.
Well, I mean, they got Mac Jones. That's another first-round pick.
I mean, Joe Flacco seems to be doing all right. Look, I don't even think Baltimore had to deal with Lamar Jackson. I'll be honest. Like this year, they just don't look good. They just don't look good. Even with Lamar, they don't look good.
No.
So I think Cam Newton thinks that because he was, when he was with the Panthers, it was like he was everything to him because the Panthers organization is about as well run as a dumpster fire. But I mean, if you're a good team, like right now, if Hurts went down injured, I 100% believe McKee still gets to the playoffs. I don't doubt that. Is it going to be 100% the same offense? No, but I 100% believe that in this day and age, the NFL, your backup should 100% be able to play as a starter. Every single team should have a backup that could be a starter if shit went down.
But you're not in the whole camp where that Jalen Hurts needs to be traded because of two games.
I've said this before.
There's a crazy ship out there.
I
selling for that.
Look, I was the crazy one last year. I said we should have traded Barkley. I said we were going to trade Barkley at the end of the season. People thought I was out of my mind.
Yeah, so that's what that Mark's theory was that Saquon was going to have a great year, which he did, and that he was going to be traded in the offseason.
Because that's what we do. I mean, look, DeAndre Swift had a 1,000-yard season for us. Yeah, he wasn't, perfect. He got hurt a little bit, but he still had a great season for us, and we traded him. He was younger. He's still having good years. Well, Barkley, his age is showing a little bit this year, and our offensive coordinator doesn't know how to run the ball with him except right up the middle.
And I don't think his age is showing.
Is it more the offensive line or is it just Barkley?
I think it's the offensive line.
He can't block himself too.
My problem is you got to pause and you got to look back in time.
Here, I'll tell you right now, Mark. I'll tell you right now.
Because Barkley used to play for the Giants. Okay, we can all agree that until right now the Giants were trash. He never had no line there. He still made people miss and went for yards. He can't do it alone anymore because of his age. He's still, don't get me wrong, he's still amazing, but he's not as good as he was. He can't one-man the whole thing.
Here's the stats, okay? This will tell you the stats. This year, the first 6 games for Barkley, 95 carries, 325 yards,
cool.
3.4 yards per carry.
Got it.
3 touchdowns.
Cool.
54 yards per game. That was the first 6 games of this year.
Yep.
Last year, first 6 games last year, 91 carries, so it's less. 482 yards.
Okay.
5.3 yards per carry.
Proving my point.
But that means the offensive line. The offensive line isn't getting the penetration that they were last year to get them those extra 2 yards.
Okay, I agree with you. You're missing my point. Is I'm not comparing him to last year with that. I'm saying like last year we had the O-line and he's great. But compare him to 5 years ago, Barkley, where he didn't have an O-line and he still did numbers because he could shimmy, and get around people better because he was younger.
And he also didn't tear an ACL. He didn't fuck up his ankle. Like there's a lot of things.
Proving my point. Like I'm saying, like he's no longer good enough to do it by himself. He needs an O-line that we don't have.
You're also taking out of the equation that the league has a year of tape with him on the Eagles. Now they're coming up with scheme blocking for him. You know what I mean? So
years of tape
against the run.
Again, this is somebody who wanted to trade Barkley.
I didn't say what I wanted. I said I expected him to do it because that is how he does. He doesn't like running backs. He trades them. Like there's been a year of tape on Bijan. We're not seeing people shut down Bijan the same way. You know, like it's a younger game. It's just how it is with backs. It always is. Your backs are to come out. Look at Quinshon Judkins. Look at Jahmyr Gibbs. They come out. They're great for a year or two, maybe 3. Then they kind of have, they'll have like a rough year. They'll have some good years in them, but they're never going to have those first 2-3 years again. And so the fact is that he had a highlight year last year. That's how he's MO to trade him. I was just saying I expected it didn't happen. I'm so happy we have him, but I'm just saying like it's rough. You're muted.
We are fired up over the fact that the Eagles are 4-2, and they've lost only 2 games in a row. Okay.
Don't
what
do
do you? Huh?
Don't do that.
What? Don't do what?
It wasn't just 2 games in a row. It was a game to one team. It was a competitive team.
Listen.
Then it was to the Giants.
The Bills have lost 2 games in a row.
The Bills are trash. Okay. They have a terrible quarterback that everyone is overrating.
But no one is talking about trading Josh Allen because they've lost 2 games.
Oh, they should have traded Josh Allen when they drafted him.
I'm talking to the wrong person about this. The wrong person.
Mark, take another hit of your bong. It's all right.
Take a break, Mark. You need your energy to talk to Deuce about the cheating scandal.
I think I'll play about the Chiefs scandal. It's fact.
Well,
they admitted it.
Technically, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I want you to take a breath because you need your energy for that. The standards that Jalen Hurts is held on are completely different than what Josh Allen is.
Because one's a champion, one's a fake champion. One's an actual champion.
Agree or not? I just want to agree. Yes or no?
Of course, I agree. It's like look at Mahomes.
Agree?
Okay, for as much as we want to talk about Kansas City, Mahomes has won championships. So when they have a bad year, he's held to a higher standard. I'll admit that. But Jalen Hurts outperformed Mahomes in 2 Super Bowls. Of course, he's held to a higher standard. He's Hurts.
But they're not. But they have kept Josh Allen on this high standard no matter what.
He's never won anything.
It doesn't matter for the media. Just
look.
Josh Allen is the pretty boy that everybody loves. I hope he does well. He's on my fantasy team. I need him to do well. But I don't care. Like I really don't care.
No, just look at the questions. Like I don't know if you guys watch First Take. I watch First Take at the gym a lot, and this week has been who is more who are you more what was the question? Who are you more concerned about, the Bills or the Eagles after their 2 losses? And everybody said the Eagles.
The combined win-loss percentage of the Eagles' losses, like the teams they played, they had 14 wins combined.
Yeah,
right.
All the 2 losses in a year.
Yeah,
back losses.
Yeah, like it's okay. It's okay. Like, the Earth is going to keep going. The sky is not falling.
Look,
they can lose 2 games. Take it from me. If this was happening last year and they hadn't won the Super Bowl yet, I'd be losing my fucking mind. I'm telling you right now. You know it, Miguel.
Right, I do,
right?
And that's why I said if you take away the Super Bowl win last year, and this is just another regular season, are you as mad? Are you as worked up? Or are you just saying, the Giants just outplayed us? It was a Thursday night game that
I would have lost. I'm losing it. I can't lose.
But it's a Thursday night game. Thursday night games don't always fall the way that they're supposed to fall.
Yeah.
Look at the night. Look at the Bengals. Flacco just got to the team, and he just pulled out a win. Come on.
Also, Mike Tomlin has not won on Thursday night.
There you go.
Okay, look, let me just run this back for you real quick. All right, 2020.
Here we go.
Quarterbacks in the Super Bowl, right?
Uh-huh.
No, this is quick and easy. Super Bowl quarterbacks. Tom Brady and Pat Mahomes. All right. Tom Brady, everyone ranks, right up here, top of the board. Then there's like a bunch of other legends. And then the current standard, people put Pat Mahomes. Now, understand the bar graph it's lower because there's the legends. Okay, so we're going to move that graph up. So in today's NFL, Pat Mahomes is rated like up here. For some reason, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are here. But let me go over these quarterbacks real quick. Okay, so after that is Matt Stafford, okay, and Joe Burrow, both pretty high up there on the list. Then Pat Mahomes and Jalen Hurts. Okay, so Super Bowl with two of the top, one of the top rated, one guy who's kind of underrated for some weird reason, even though one outplayed the other, weird thing. Then Pat Mahomes, and then Brock Purdy, who everyone was going, oh, he's amazing. He's like the next Pat Mahomes. Hasn't done anything since. Then Jalen Hurts goes through, wins it. Oh, we're going to make Jalen Hurts throw the ball. He can't beat us through the air. Absolutely torches you twice. All right. Then and Pat Mahomes. And so, respect to Pat Mahomes with all the Super Bowls he's been in, okay? He's held to a higher standard. Jalen Hurts been to 2, 1-1. He's held to a higher standard. Brock Purdy lost, doesn't matter. Joe Burrow lost, doesn't matter. Josh Allen doesn't ever make it, doesn't matter. Lamar Jackson doesn't ever make it, doesn't matter. That's the reason they're never going to be held against these standards because, they're not actually winners. We hold them up because they're pretty. They're not up there.
That statement is contrary to what the media does, man. Mm-hmm. Everybody in the media has been shitting on Jalen Hurts. He's not a top 5 quarterback. He's not a a superstar or whatever the case may be.
They were just waiting for this kind of game to be able to say that.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Is he is up
and
there.
When he corrects it, and we make a nice run, what are you going to say after that?
He's lucky, right? He's lucky.
Oh, that always goes.
They ain't playing really good teams. Look at
he's held to this standard and expected to be here.
It's about to happen because if they're going to play the Vikings, they're going to lose. They're going to beat a team that didn't have a quarterback, right? It's going to happen. Oh, they're going to play the Giants. Oh, they're going to play down because the Giants shot their load last Thursday against the Eagles, and now they're not going to play as well. It's starting to play out.
They're built-in excuses.
Yes, 100%. The Eagles have been built a mini bye week after losing to the Giants, which gave them an opportunity to maybe hold a few meetings together, I've heard.
Needed
it. Really? Have there been meetings?
They said there was a big meeting. Saquon said there was another one. Of course, don't ask A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown loves to troll things. He stopped following Jalen Hurts on Instagram. He does those things to troll the media because the media will talk about it, right? I'm not going to talk about it. I'm okay. They're fine. Their relationship is fine. AJ Brown wants the ball. Who else does it? Everybody wants the ball, right? Everybody wants the ball. Saquon wants the ball. Smitty wants the ball. Dallas Goedert wants the ball. Dotson wants the ball. Everybody wants to get the football. You gotta find the space. You gotta find the play.
Want the ball.
Yeah, throw it to me. I'm open. I'm always open as well.
But what example are you setting? How this is, I never understood this. You have receivers who, I think we were having a conversation a couple of weeks ago. And every star receiver is a diva in a sense. That's not true.
Name one.
Cooper Kupp is a diva.
Yeah, probably.
Larry Fitzgerald is a diva.
Oh, 100%.
Terry McLaurin is a diva.
100%. Terry McLaurin, are you kidding me?
But even still, there's instant. You are a team leader. Despite how you are feeling, you have an example to set. You have that captain on your jersey for a reason. How does that look to your teammates and your younger players when something doesn't go your way, or you guys might be down 2-game losing streak? Okay, you're right back on Twitter, unfollowing, you're doing all this. Even if it's just to troll the media, their opinion of you does not matter right now. Their narrative does not matter. So why even give them ammo?
Why that's what we do?
It's because it's fun. It's fun for I think at this point it's fun for AJ Brown. We don't know what's happening behind those closed doors. We don't know what they're saying. We don't know. We really don't.
We don't. It's become the new NBA. People are all divas. If you watch the NBA, nobody watches the NBA anymore, man.
No, about
the joke of the league because everyone's a diva. Everyone's all about drama. They're more about the sport. Football's following that trend right now because of all the money. Look, they used to be they made money They've always made money. It was like, oh, you signed a big contract in the NFL. You're making $20 million over the next 5 years. That's cool. That's good money. Now you're making $40 million a year. Right. So, like, who cares what you do anymore? Are you gonna fire me? You're gonna get rid of me? I'm gonna go half-ass. I've made more money in this year than I made 3 years worth of playing, and I'm set for life. If I don't ever want to try again, I don't got to try again. And people are getting that mentality, and they're coming out of college making bad decisions. How many players are getting arrested before they play a first game in the NFL because of money? They're rich and now doing stupid stuff. It's becoming a trend, and this is going to keep that trend. And you're going to have players, like there's always been, like I said, receivers have always been diva. A bit of a joke there with Deuce. Like, yeah, I don't think Larry Fitzgerald was a diva. There's obviously some out there that aren't. Cooper Kupp's probably not. I don't know. I mean, he was in LA. I don't know. He doesn't come across as much, so I'll probably not. But in general, a lot of these key receivers in these key markets are divas because they can be. And normally we just deal with it. But it gets old.
Yeah, I mean, look at we dealt with T.O., Steve Smith, Ocho Cinco. Like T.O., I mean, there's been tons of them.
Yeah. All right, so Eagles, we're going to Minnesota Sunday, 1:00. Now we thought that we were going to get a Carson Wentz, Jalen Hurts battle. Looks like that's not going to happen.
Oh, it's not.
No, they just downloaded
undrafted rookie.
An undrafted rookie. Carson Wentz just got degraded for like his shoulder or something like that.
He's being a diva or something like that.
I was looking forward to it. I would have liked to see that, but we're not going to get that, and so that changes the whole game. This, now can this third quarterback come out and play against a Vic Fangio defense? Probably not.
I'll tell you one thing. If that third string quarterback marches down the field as easily as Jackson Dart did on that first series against the Eagles, I will turn off the game. I seriously will turn off the game.
Okay, so that's your prediction.
Yeah, if it's that easy, I'm turning off the game. I'm not watching the rest of it.
Mark?
Of course, I say that, but I'm going to watch it.
I'll tell you what, man. Up until yesterday, I had the whole mindset I was going to come in here and be like, nope, Eagles lose this game, and the next game, and the next game.
But you don't do that, so.
How do I not do that? Dean's back, homie.
Homer. You're a homer.
Dean's back, my boy.
Homer.
How could a homer?
You're a homer.
The guy who I've said is the key to our defense for 3 years now. And every time he's on the field, makes differences. He got a few plays back last game.
Is he going to be able to give Ringo a good coverage rating on, something? Because
maybe
that's not going to help him.
If he get pressure on that D line, he's going to see what they're doing. Look, I promise you, we put him out there, you're going to see a difference. If we put him out there,
hope you're right.
You're going to see a difference.
Hope you're right.
We just got to put him out there, and that's going to be tough right now because Campbell's been good. You're not going to say ball. Why would you? And right now, the smart thing, if you're going to my head a little bit, Campbell was a great rusher at Bama, right?
Mm-hmm.
Old man got scared. Zadarius Smith got scared of Cam Scatterbill. Looked at the schedules, and I ain't doing that again in 2 weeks. My chest can't take it. I'm out. You rotate Campbell down, okay? Do a little, little outside backer edge play. I think he could handle it. And you put Dean back in the middle. Bro, if Carter's playing, you got Jordan Davis there. Dean's there orchestrating it. Campbell starts listening. Bro, the whole defense is going to be better. They're going back to what they should have been.
I don't think you could just in mid-season just throw somebody at DE after being a lineman all year so far.
He's it's outside backer DE. Like it's that edge mix, and I guarantee you Campbell can do it.
It's not the same skill set. It's a whole different skill set.
Look, as someone who did both when I was younger, I promise you Campbell can do it.
You were like 8 years old. Like
16, 17, bud.
I'm saying.
I had the skills.
You're going against alpha males out there in the offensive line. Like you can't just have one.
And Campbell has shown his way with them. So I feel like Campbell's gone up. You got to remember, with Campbell being at Bama, even though they were struggling, like he was playing against a lot of these players who are now in the NFL. Like he's used to those guys. He's done blitzes. I feel like he's
understand that. But as far as the scheme wise, you're just not gonna slide from linebacker to DE in a scheme in 1 week and be okay. Like that's not gonna. First of all, the physical tool is gonna take on his bodies is completely different than it is for a linebacker.
I'm not telling him to be straight DE. I'm trying to be like a switch. Put him on an edge. Like, is he coming? Is he not? Because he can do both.
I'm sorry. It's just
Nolan Smith did the same thing. Nolan Smith was an outside backer.
Yeah, but look how long it took him to get to a DE position.
Yeah, but we also used to have a stacked line. We couldn't just throw him in there.
Now Jalen Carr will be back. It's going to the line's going to look different.
Will Jalen play the way that he's played last year? Because that's another question. A lot of people saying that he got soft this year.
He just looks like he's hurting out of shape.
Well, that's what happens when you win a Super Bowl. Let's see, little chatter, a lot of mouth. Yeah.
My defensive tackle doesn't do that.
What?
My defensive tackle doesn't do that.
No, he just stands and watches the rest
he just stands and watches the play.
Didn't say that, bro. Bro.
1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3 of them.
Chris Jones is the first one to be talking.
1, 2, and 3 of them.
All right. Let's do our predictions for this Vikings game. So give me your hot take on what this game is going to be, Miguel, and your score.
The hot take of this game.
Yeah, what do you got?
I'm gonna say that hopefully that the running game gets back on the par. Saquon's gonna have a 100-yard game. But I feel like the game is gonna be a little bit closer than everybody expected to be. So I'm gonna say it's gonna be like a 20-13 Eagles win.
2013.
Yeah.
Deuce.
Vikings win, of course. I'm gonna go.
Of course.
I had 24-20 in my notes. I think Justin Jefferson has a monster day.
That scares me.
Yes, yeah. I want that to happen because I need some points. But
and honestly, like all it takes is, in my opinion, for that rookie undrafted quarterback, like Miguel said, if that first drive is good and I can just throw the ball to Justin Jefferson or Jordan Addison, I'm comfortable, then it's just
it's over.
Bombs away.
Yeah.
Man.
But then if he doesn't get that confidence early, then the game can go downhill from there.
It can, yeah. I think we're going to see some blitzing. I think Vic Fangio realizes that this guy he's not going to see a defense like this before. And originally, I picked a 21-19, thinking that Carson Wentz was going to be playing. I don't think it's going to be like that anymore. Originally, I thought Carson Wentz was going to beat them 21-19. Now that I know that Carson Wentz isn't playing, it's going to be 21-19 Eagles. So I don't think this rookie quarterback is going to be able to beat them. Let's
hope not.
Yeah.
Let's hope not, because if that happens, I don't know what the fallout is going to be after that game.
It's going to be. I can tell you right now, it's going to be bad, right?
Oh,
they're saying that the Patriots are calling for AJ Brown. They want to trade for AJ Brown. Like all the trade talks will start coming in. But Howie definitely needs to make a trade, though. We do that.
Those trade offers have been coming in since the offseason.
Always, yeah, but it always pops up when it starts going bad. As soon as it starts going south, AJ wants to be traded, but he's not saying that. He's out there playing with Cooper DeJean. He's not unhappy. Trust me,
he's not. And then that video that I sent you guys about how long Jalen and AJ have been friends. They've been knowing each other since before college.
AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts was at AJ Brown's pro day, throwing him passes.
Yep,
they are friends. They are not enemies. Like they got everybody fooled thinking that they are. Mark. Go for it. What's your prediction on this game? I'm sure it's the Eagles. I know that for sure.
Tell you what, it wasn't gonna be.
Yeah.
For a while there, I really thought hard. And like I said, I was really set on saying, you know what?
What was the while? Was it like the day after, or like an hour after the game that you changed your mind?
Literally, like about 4 hours ago.
Okay.
I'm not even kidding. I literally talked to a few people about it. I'm like, I just don't know what's going on with this team. I'm just not. I didn't feel good about it. I felt a little sick to my stomach seeing the way that, Hurts was playing, the way the offense is being called. And I'm torn because after reading, I saw some posts, again, from the boy. All right. Dean had a meeting with Fangio and some of the players, said, look, one of the biggest things he sees, he was talking to a coach about he wants to bring back some violence, bring a little nastiness back to the game. That's what we need. That was the one thing that people were kind of afraid of, is that nastiness we had up front last year. We got to bring some of that back. And so, in one hand, I'm pulling. That fire was lit under me listening to that, like reading into it. And I was like, I trust that if they allow him to get back in that defense and they bring that mentality, they're practicing with pads this week. They're getting hungry. They're getting angry. I trust the defense to step it back up. But I also don't trust Kevin Patullo to catch anything. Like I just, there's nothing there that makes, I swear if you opened up his head, there's not even a brain inside. Okay. There's just nothing there. It's just a little guy saying, run up the middle. And that's all he hears. And he's just like, that's all he does all the time. And then I swear to you, Hurts is going up to the going up, listening, and Patullo's just saying, run to the middle. And he said, I'm not doing this. All right, we're doing a pass play. All right, guys, we're gonna do this. Go ahead and do it. And he gets off the sideline, and Patullo goes, you didn't run up the middle. It's like, oh, you're right. We had a touchdown. I'm sorry. I got it. It was across the middle, wide open. Well, at least it was the middle. Like, I feel like Patullo's just obsessed with the middle. But the Vikings defense, I don't even know how they are this year. I haven't watched a lot of Vikings games. I know they've lost some games they shouldn't have. I know that their original quarterback is a joke. Carson Wentz is, a blessing on the Eagles, because while he had one great season, he also brought us a ton of good stuff. I know Brosmer, I think his name is, the new quarterback. I know he was good. He was at Minnesota. He had a good season. He was there for 1 year. He was a FCS transfer. He had a really good career at FCS. He did pretty good at Minnesota. He won some decent amount of games. Pretty sure he had a lot of passing yards. How much has he worked with these guys? I don't know. How much has he faced? I'm trying to think back with his record at Minnesota. I feel like anytime he faced any big teams, he lost. And those were like college teams. Guy coming in against an angry, Philadelphia Eagles team with maybe misdirected anger. We're just going to take it out on whoever's in front of us, which, like, obviously as a fan is what we want. But, like, I also kind of want them to, like, fix their whole shit, not just, like, one game worth. And that's honestly where my concern is. So I'm going to give you this. Vikings 13. Eagles 20.
That's what. Okay.
Wait, is that what he just said?
That's what Miguel said.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. All right, no. Give us 24. Give us 24.
Okay. All
yeah,
right.
I can't do the same thing. You said Vikings 13?
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
All right. Make it. No. I'm not gonna do that. Give us Vikings 10, Eagles 24.
Okay. All right.
I can't believe I did that. Oh my god, my brain is broken.
That was all of that. It was same score. Nice. All right, so let's do a quick rundown of our pick'ems for this week.
I forgot about that.
And then I already have them written down here. Don't worry about it. And then I want to talk, Mark. I want Mark and Deuce to talk about the University of El Paso's.
More than that. Let's talk about the whole thing that came out.
Yes. Okay. Let's go. Deuce. Miami or Cleveland?
Miami.
Okay. Carolina or the Jets?
Carolina.
Oof.
It's gonna be a rough
I'm
game
taking
to watch.
those,
New England or Tennessee?
New England 20. I have them 27-10.
Yeah, it's Drake May might be the second coming of Tom Brady, apparently.
Yeah. And
KC or Vegas?
Vegas, baby.
what do you think he's thinking?
Vegas all day long, right?
Never go against. I'm going against Vegas today.
You're the mark of Kansas City Chiefs, I guess.
Mm.
All right, Mark.
Stop.
I'm going to save this one. Giants or Broncos?
All right. I was ready for the other one, but I'll go with this one. Honestly, I feel like that was a high for the Giants, so we're going Broncos.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
It's also in Denver. There's a big
Yes.
difference when you're 5,000 feet up.
Yeah.
Try to run up there.
What about Indianapolis or the Chargers?
Ooh, that's a good game.
Going to be a really good game.
That's surprisingly.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, beginning of the year, not a joke. I mean, would not look at this game with two bats of an eye. You're going to put up Daniel Jones against Justin Herbert? Like, what are you talking about? But now all of a sudden, Indiana Jones knows how to play football again.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be
Look,
great.
it's in LA.
Yeah. They're top dog. They're 5. The Colts are 5-1.
I know, and the Chargers are missing like half their team to injury.
Yeah.
As much as I like Herbert, I like a lot of their players. I feel like the Colts are going to come in with this one.
Colts. And then Las Vegas or Kansas City.
All right.
Go against them.
Funny story.
Go
All right, when I
against
was living in Colorado, I had a buddy of mine. Him and his brother lived down the street from me. They were plumbers. One was a Vikings fan, and one was a Chiefs fan. My buddy was the Vikings fan. His brother was a Chiefs fan. That man, half his living room was just a Chiefs kingdom. It was psychotic, I swear. And he was showing me an article, apparently, when they built this new stadium, some Chiefs fan buried like a Chiefs flag in the end zone, like in construction, pretty much saying, like, yo, Chiefs own this. Look, maybe not forever, but for the foreseeable future, they do. I'm not stupid. The Chiefs are going to win this game. If they don't win this game, Deuce, I promise you, you're really not going to want to talk to me next week. I won't be able to talk. I'll be laughing the whole time.
Listen, all I'm saying is 1 + 4 = 5. Okay. Listen. Rasheed Rice is back this week, and Hollywood Brown and Xavier Worthy.
Look, I'm saying you guys are going to win. I'm just saying if you don't, just to be warned.
Just be warned.
I'm never going to let up on the Chiefs the rest of the year if they lose to the Raiders. Like, I will die on that hill laughing.
I wouldn't expect you to. You guys just lost to the Giants.
Exactly. Oh, okay. Cool. Crazy.
Oh, man. Miguel.
Yo.
Miami, Cleveland.
Miami, Cleveland. I'm going to go with shit.
That's a tough one. They're
Giants
both
do play
very
Raiders.
bad. They're both very bad.
Yeah. I was going to say Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking Cleveland. I'm going to say Cleveland.
And then you would get Baltimore's on bye this week, and then you would have gotten Cincinnati and Pittsburgh, but that game already happened. So I'm going to give you Rams and your Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm going with Jacksonville, baby. You know, West Coast teams don't travel east well.
Yep. And then that's it for you. You only got 2 games this week, Miguel.
All right, cool.
A little late. So I'm going. I've got Carolina over the Jets. That's going to be a good one. I have Bears over Saints. I've got Tampa Bay over Detroit.
Ooh.
Tampa Bay over Detroit?
Tampa Bay over
receivers,
Detroit.
Tampa Bay?
Tampa Bay all day. Baker Mayfield.
I respect it.
And then I have 49ers over Atlanta.
Don't sleep on the Falcons now.
Falcons are good, but I think the 49ers had a week off. They had a week off last week. They're good. They're going to be good to go.
The defense is in shambles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
Okay, Miguel.
Yeah.
We're going to sit back and just watch and listen.
I'll listen.
Miguel, Mark logged on very early, excited to discuss with our resident Chiefs fan.
This.
You know, this is somebody who enjoys the Chiefs very much. He's got a staff.
I bleed it.
He's got a staff, a Kansas City Chiefs staff. That I was like, where does staff come from, and why do we have a Chiefs staff here? So Chiefs fan, big Chiefs fan. Mark, one of the biggest Eagles fans I know, bleeding green. Besides Miguel, you have a lot to say about this whole University of Texas El Paso. I guess what would you call it? Paper that they wrote. Independent research.
Real quick.
Yes, sir.
I'm not in tune with what did the NFL come out with that you were referring to.
Go ahead, Mark.
I'm happy to deal with that too.
Okay.
So the NFL, the powers that be, have the ability to make changes to a game. That's part of the regulations of the NFL. They are allowed to make changes. No matter what happened in the game, they can make those changes. All right. Now, anyone who watched the game the other night, by the game, for those who are listening, I'm referring to the Detroit Chiefs game. Detroit scored on the opening drive, if I'm not mistaken, maybe it was second, I don't remember correctly. With a motion, Jared Goff went out, received snap back to the running back, who then threw it to Goff, who stumbled his way into the end zone. Touchdown, celebration, players left the field. In more than a minute after the play had ended, while they're like trying to get their special teams on the field to go to the extra point, they're being held up by the refs. Flag comes out. Comes out on the official way, comes out and goes, hey, illegal motion on Goff. Touchdown is nullified. Chiefs ball. So the officials go over to Dan Campbell. Say, hey. Dan Campbell's like, what do you mean? Like, the play's been over. We scored. You signaled a touchdown. What's going on here? The official said directly to Campbell, the NFL called down, told us to overturn the play, told us to throw the flag. They were intervened by the NFL to make that change. There's a New York was it Post about it. There's some other things online about it. Like, there's news articles about it. Maybe, I don't know exactly where, like, I wasn't there. I didn't actually hear the conversation. So, of course, all I have is hearsay and reading articles from people who wrote about it. Maybe it's not all accurate. I don't know. I mean, the first one that comes up is New York Post, and that's probably not the most reliable news source out there, but I've seen other posts out there I've been seeing about it. But my point is, like, when something comes up like that, there's got to be a question. And when it comes out right after the UTEP report that in an independent study, they found that almost 50% of the time, 45% of the time, Pat Mahomes gets the call 45% of the time more often than any other quarterback because of his winding his motion, because he is like that savior. Boy, you got to protect him. When we've watched game for game, quarterbacks get hit way harder, way later, and not get any kind of call. But you touch Pat Mahomes the wrong way, and it's an instant call. We've seen that in our games. We've seen that in other games. Like, you watch the game, he always gets those calls. And the fact that an independent research firm goes ahead and does the study, and they come up with the same information, and then we all know, we've talked about it before, that the NFL used to be a nonprofit organization. A few years back, they restructured. They're now a for-profit organization, but they're no longer a sports league. They're an entertainment company, which allows them to have predetermined changes to whatever game they want, which allows them to legally rig the system. That's come out. Same with the NBA. There's a lot of issues with it. People don't like it because a lot of people don't believe it, but facts are facts. You can look it up. Their IRS tax filings. They are an entertainment system or entertainment company. They can do whatever they want. It doesn't matter if you gamble on them. It doesn't matter if you think it's all real. It's not. And this week kind of proved that. Would that game have been different if Goff scored? I think so. An early touchdown momentum. And even if you give all the points the same, you're looking at a 30-24 game. It's a much closer game. So you got to wonder, why has this been going on now? I mean, the Chiefs were pretty bad to start the year, and it was an early thing. We knew they were going to get better. They didn't have all their players. They got a bit of an easy schedule coming up. They shouldn't have too many issues the rest of the year. But, you know, it comes off a little weird that, like, suddenly they're getting a little help. I mean, they always have been, but suddenly it's coming out a little stronger. It's like, oh, we can't let them slide. And it doesn't look good for the NFL. It doesn't look good for the image. It's almost like when they looked back at what happened in London the day before, they said, oh, we put up a terrible burger of a game for international fans. Or Golden Boy can't have that. We need to give him a good game because we got to keep that up. You know, it's got to keep up the image of the NFL. So it is what it is. Chiefs get a lot of help, and we all understand that.
Deuce, go for it.
So, first and foremost, so I'm glad that you spoke about the media. So we just talked about AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts, the media, and everybody has their own opinion. Every narrative that has to be swayed. Is that not the same case here of another narrative being built?
No, because there's a difference when it's an actual research study.
Let me get my monologue
on. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
One of now. Number two, Losers find excuses, winners find solutions. Why are we putting the game in the ref's hands anyways? They had multiple times to make plays, which they didn't. They couldn't convert on third down. We stopped them on fourth down multiple times. I'm in Ross St. Brown. You're dropping the ball. You don't drop balls. You do against us. You have no excuses but yourself. Also, and I'm playing the devil's advocate here. He should get them calls. He's the best quarterback in the league. There is no exception. There is no exception. This is what happens. And now the whole league is on us. Did we not just get 13 calls called against us the game before? That's
how that works.
That's discounted out the way. Now every single game is under the microscope. But listen, hey, we've won. You just were saying the stats about the Super Bowls for the past 5 years. Who's been in them?
That's the kind of point.
I'm not done. Hold on. I'm still in my monologue. Right? This is we're a different standard. This is a whole different echelon of a player, top one player. Nobody compares. Right? Now, this is the whole league is on notice now. You guys got your cheap shots, your low blows. You lost a couple games, right? I didn't listen when my team was injured and y'all beat up on us. Hey, listen, losers find excuses, winners find solutions. We didn't find a solution. It is what it is, and that's the difference. Listen, we don't got no excuses. We make solutions. We don't have time to be tucking our tails and feeling sorry for ourselves. No, we get back in that field, get back in the lab, and figure it out, which we had. And now we have 1 + 4 = 5 coming back. Now we have weapons. Now you're in trouble. Now we have Thanos back with his Infinity Stones. Now what are you going to do to stop us? What are you going to do? What can you do?
Go ahead.
We have receivers now. What? We have running backs. We're good. We have a tight end. He's getting back in full effect now. We have Mahomes at the helm with his Infinity Gauntlet on. We have Chris Jones stopping every single run defense, every single pass. It does not work. Everything is disrupted. We have Trent McDuffie on your number one receiver, strapping him the whole entire game. Now, what are you going to do? We have a top 3 coaching staff in the league. What are you going to do? This isn't the Eagles offense where we have a different coordinator every single year. We have Steve Speck. What?
You're right. You're right. Yeah. You're right.
Listen, we have as an organization, we have a standard that must be met. Who do you want to be, and what are you willing to do to get there?
Yeah, it's tough. I don't like the fact that the Eagles have a different offensive coordinator every single year because it's used as an excuse, right? And like you said, losers have excuses, right? And winners need solutions. Well, the Eagles are going to have a solution this week. Yeah, I'd like to see the solution.
Well, it's different when you have to come up with the solution. We have to. Oh no, in general, like most teams have to come up with the solution. The Chiefs just have to turn to the refs, go, "Excuse me, you missed a call," and suddenly the calls are made. Or the NFL calls and says, "Hey, bud, we really can't let the Chiefs look bad again. You got to change the call." And so, I'm making a Chiefs jersey right now as we speak. You know that?
Yeah.
I'm making one for you right now.
I have an Eagles jersey on every time I throw up. So,
I'm just saying, I'm making a Chiefs jersey right now. Okay, while we're here, I'm currently cutting and sewing to make a Chiefs jersey, so I can help root for you guys. Because I know, you're right. You guys are winners. Yeah, you definitely number one quarterback. Definitely always does everything. Definitely doesn't get beat in the playoffs. Turning. Definitely doesn't get lost in the Super Bowl. Definitely can make it work with anything without the help of other outside sources. He's just that good. He's so good. They don't have to make excuses. They just make phone calls. That's the solution.
Let me ask you a question.
Roger Goodell?
Is the tush push not a false start?
Look,
it is if they do start early. It's not always a false start.
Look. Listen, there was another study because we missed this one too. There's another study, a little smaller one. Obviously, to get the same news because no one likes it. Okay, we have some new young guards. They've made a couple mistakes. We have now officially seen in the history of the tush push 3 official uncalled false starts. 3. Someone going back and I have to find the video. There's a video of the guy going through the montage of it all last year. No false starts. Now, almost every play was offsides by the defense, and I mean almost by like 97% of times we run the tush push, the defense lines up offsides, and it's never called because the NFL hates the play. But we've gotten away with a false start 2 or 3 times, and everyone's like, oh my God, they cheated. Bro, the Chiefs literally call into the New York, go, hey, guys, we need help. Like, even their first Super Bowl against us, what did they do? They petitioned the NFL so that their field manager could do the field for the Super Bowl, and they got it.
Come on.
That's crazy.
We did talk about that. You know, that is
That's
a little fishy.
You can't come on when it's a fact. Like, it's not like I'm coming out with conspiracies, my guy.
Like we're both playing on the same field. We're both tripping and falling on the same field.
Except when one of them has inside knowledge of how the field's going to be, and the guy who's telling you what cleats to wear is the guy who designed the field. It is a bit crazy because it's weird. That second half of that game, we played much better because we adjusted and adopted the right spikes, and we still had players outperform the Chiefs. We just didn't quite get the bus. We let it go down to the wire. I get it. We failed that game. I accept it. It is weird when you have constant help every time, though.
Listen, man. Listen. So you said to me, let me go back to this. Let's go back to this message, right? You said, where did you say? Can't tell me with a straight face that last night was not massively caught in your favor. See my face? You see my
0 penalties.
Hold on. You see my face? It's straight. It was not caught in our favor.
You are blind.
But listen, regardless, okay, even if it's not called, the tush push, it's up in the air of whether it's a false start or not. It's still leaving the game in the ref's hands to make a call. Regardless, we're not making it. The teams are giving the refs the chance to make the game for them. If they're making their plays, they don't have to complain about the refs. If the Lions are up 4
the Lions did make the plays, and then the NFL calls in and has them reverse the damn play. What do you mean, bro?
Because they never seen that play before. They got to make sure everything going on is
that's
right.
not true.
That's what happened.
Remotely true.
He went under center and then came out under center, and it threw everybody off.
He didn't get set right. So it's like, what's going on? We got to make sure. What's wrong with that?
And but also the ball did get tipped, so like it was a loose ball too. It was weird. It was very weird.
It bounced off his player. He got the ball back.
Yeah.
All right.
All I'm saying is the fact that you can actually look at me, especially because if you watch the game, then you know there was a play where I'm going to draw a blank on that damn defensive player. He gets through for the sack, just gets tackled. The O lineman misses his block, just grabs him, takes him down right in front of the ref. No penalty. Then towards the end of the game, there's a run out to the left. Kelsey is rapping. The ref is looking right at him. Everyone I know was looking going, that's the most blatant hold in the complete history of the NFL. And the ref went, I don't see it. You can't tell me the game's not called in your favor. You're saying, oh, we'll leave it up to the refs. It doesn't matter if we try not to or not. They give you all the benefit of the doubt. It's everything goes your way. Of course, it's always in the refs' hands. You're the Chiefs.
What I love about this conversation here is that Mark absolutely despises the Kansas City Chiefs.
My new Chiefs jersey, boys.
He just made
a new Chiefs jersey.
a referee shirt in the back.
I can be a Chiefs fan now. Woo, go Chiefs.
What I love about this is that it's all good and fun here. And in fact, I know having a Chiefs fan on here and then having Mark, it's kind of like it's a perfect recipe for a conversation. I enjoy it very much.
He's
Miguel,
just lucky he's not a Cowboy fan.
I would never. I would never have a Cowboy
fan.
An ongoing Cowboys fan? No. I would
not
have an ongoing Cowboys fan. I wouldn't be able to.
I mean, even though the Kansas City Chiefs were the original Dallas Cowboys, just saying.
Original Dallas Cowboys.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
But hey, by the way, guys, you can make your own homemade Chiefs jersey right at home. It's quick. It's easy. It saves you a lot of money, and you get to support your team. You guys should definitely try it. I highly recommend it.
That's what you're going to be for Halloween, Chiefs fan.
Chiefs fan, let's go. You know what I need next? I need a little yellow towel. Hold on one second.
I hope you guys enjoy this week. I
got it.
You got to see
penalty, Mike. Penalty. You're holding your hands wrong. Illegal formation on the podcast. 10 yards to Patty Mahomes.
Miguel, send us out.
You already know how we do, Mikey. EAGLES.
Eagles, let's go, Birds.
Let's go, Birds.